Hello and welcome to Mecha Anime Reviews, and today we're going to take a look at Armored Trooper Votoms. Along with Gundam and Fang of the Sun Dogram, Votoms helped codify the entire real robot genre. It was a 52-episode anime series that ran from April 1, 1983 to March 23, 1984, created and directed by Ryōsuke Takahashi, who the last time we took a look at his work, he came up with the concept for Blue Gender, with mecha designs done by Kunio Okawara and produced by, you guessed it, Sunrise. It also spawned several sequel and prequel OVAs, but that's for a different occasion. Anyway, what's the story? Astragia's Galaxy, year 7213. For 100 years, the space nations of Gilgamesh and Ballarat have warred against each other for reasons long forgotten. Severely exhausted, they both agreed to a ceasefire. With peace just over the horizon, some rogue Gilgamesh soldiers hijack one of their own research stations to steal a secret project for their employers. However, Chiriko Kuve, a last-minute transfer from one of the special forces who was unaware of the plot, finds their main objective first, a strange woman locked inside a container filled with blue light. Before he could find out more, Chiriko is captured by the main Gilgamesh force and was brutally interrogated. He escaped though, and eventually finds himself on the city of Udu, where he comes across an old man named Gotho, a girl named Kokona, and an opportunist named Vanilla. What follows is a tale of intrigue and sorrow, as Chiriko jumps around from place to place, determined to find the truth behind that operation, and just who the hell that woman was. The animation is pretty good for the time. It holds up rather well, flowing decently and providing a grim atmosphere. Supporting that atmosphere is the music, which has a variety of tracks that range from melancholic and haunting to action-packed and energetic. The voice acting is excellent, with the seiyus giving good and subtle performances as their respective characters. Azumi Goda in particular manages to give subtle bits of emotion and personality to Chiriko, a character who most of the time is rather stoic. Votoms was different from a lot of other shows at the time, even from its other real robot contemporaries. Like, if the original Gundam was KOTOR 1, then Votoms is like KOTOR 2. Actually, that's probably the best comparison. Both of them take place after a devastating conflict, with an already experienced protagonist hanging around with questionable people, dealing with a shadowy threat in a galaxy still feeling the consequences of war. Due to its nature, the pacing is rather slow, but I think it works for the most part, since it's used to develop characters and the setting, as well as building up the atmosphere. The characters are alright for the most part. Chiriko, being the main character, gets the most development and focus throughout the show. He's the predecessor to a lot of stoic soldier mecha protagonists, but what makes him different from those guys is that while he is stoic, he does have a bit of a personality, as well as legitimate and downright horrifying reasons as to why he is the way he is, which are gradually revealed as the series goes on. The supporting cast are not as developed, but they are good. Gotho was good, Vanilla was good, Kokona was good, Fiona was good, they're all mostly decent. The mecha designs differ from others of its era in that instead of being flashy and larger than life, the mechs more closely resemble Zaku's or glorified tank vehicles, and the battles are rather scaled down, offering gritty and visceral fights which the characters need to use clever tactics to win, which works given the more grounded feel the series goes for. Fate is a central theme of Votoms. Throughout the show, Chiriko feels his only role is that of a soldier, a destiny he feels he cannot escape. Characters appear and reappear almost coincidentally, and patterns begin to emerge. At the end, we find out that everything that happened is connected in some way or form, and ultimately, Chiriko does manage to escape his destiny, even if it does come at a cost. However, there are problems. While the heroes are pretty good characters, the villains are completely unremarkable. Aside from Rochina and Wiseman, they're not very interesting, compelling, or memorable in the slightest. There are a lot of contrivances that show up in the story, namely how characters conveniently find one another even when they're far away from where we saw them last time. Yeah, I know it's a part of the Fate theme, but come on! Because most of the anime of the time period were up to 50 episodes, there are stretches of episodes where not a lot really happens, with the first 13 episodes being the weakest part, with its repetitive plot of Chiriko getting captured trying to find some secrets and his friends having to come to the rescue. The final plot twist, which was admittedly foreshadowed throughout the show and effectively tied a lot of strings together, it felt kind of ridiculous and went against the grounded nature of the story and characters. Still, Votoms is considered a classic for a reason. It's got a great story with interesting themes and ideas, and its more grounded and realistic take on the mecha genre still leave an impact after all these years, even though there are some things that could be better fleshed out. Oh well, see you next time on the next Mecha Anime Reviews.